Hello everyone, it's Petko Alexandrov, and in this first video I will show you how to install FSB Pro, how to generate strategies, and how to export expert advisors, or this is the official name for robots. And behind you see I have a MetaTrader platform with a Bitcoin robot right now trading with a very good profit of about $500, but I will get into MetaTrader in the next lectures, how to choose the broker and all the first steps you have to take, especially if you are a beginner. So if you already have an FSB Pro and you are installing a newer version, just like what I will do right now, you don't need to uninstall the current version. You just need to download the latest update and install it over. If you're installing for the first time, then you will just need to install it from scratch, and you can see that the setup has detected that FSB Pro is currently running. Please close all instances of it now, then click on OK to continue or cancel to exit. So I will need to close the FSB Pro in order to install the newest version, and then I will click on OK. I will accept the agreements. Obviously you can go through it, and I will hit on next. I will hit on next again, and I will hit on next for the last time. The installation is quick, and I will hit on finish. The program is loading, and you can see that I have the very same strategies and settings saved, so I don't need to upload and go over the settings again. So the main function on FSB Pro is to export with one click strategies as expert advisors for MetaTrader 4 and for MetaTrader 5. And before I give you a little bit more details about the expert advisor settings, let me go to the start page. I will hit on new strategy. I will select euro dollar, and let's say I want to generate strategies for the M15 time frame. I will click on the generator and I will use the common settings. As working time in minutes, I will go for 5. So let's see how many strategies I will have for 5 minutes, and I will click on start. So while I am explaining about exporting strategies, the generator will be working and I will see some strategies in the collection. Now when you choose a strategy from the generator, or you build the entry and the exit conditions yourself, you can export it for MetaTrader 4 or for MetaTrader 5. Click on Expert Advisor Settings to predefine the path where you want to export the robots. You can click on Find Empty Terminals to see all terminals installed on your computer. In this case, I have 5 MetaTrader 4 terminals or 5 MetaTrader platforms installed on my computer, and if I export a robot, it will go straight to their experts folder. If the expert advisor already exists in this folder, you can choose to replace it or to add a suffix to the new file name and keep your old expert. Now what you can do as well is to add destination folder. Let's say I want to keep all my expert advisors in one folder, right where I have my monthly updates, some of the EAs from my courses. So I'll create a new folder and I will name it FSB Pro EAs. Okay, and if I add that folder, all the EAs I export from FSB Pro will go into that folder, so it's kind of a backup for all the strategies and EAs. And if you want to export the strategies just to one MetaTrader platform, you can delete all of that. And let's say I want to export the strategies into this MetaTrader platform where I have a demo account running. I will go to File, Open Data Folder. I will click on MQL4. I will go to experts and I will copy paste this path. Okay, I will copy it, I will open the FSB Pro and I will paste it. So I'm selecting this MetaTrader as a path to export the EAs, and at the same time I have created another backup folder where I want to keep all of my experts. Alright, so now if I go to, let's say, that strategy over here from my top 5 Forex strategies course, and I want to export it, I will hit on Export Expert Advisor for MT4 or MT5, and the EA is exported. If I go to that MetaTrader, you will see the expert advisor right over here. Now I don't see the expert advisor in my navigator tab because MetaTrader doesn't compile the EAs automatically. I will need to right click over it and hit on refresh. This will compile the expert advisor and it will become visible over here. For MetaTrader 5, if you want to export expert advisor to MetaTrader 5, and if you are using MetaTrader 5 and you have it as an EA export path, what you need to do once the robot is exported, you need to double click on it and click on the compile button in the meta editor, which will compile the robot. Or with other words, the right click and refresh trick works only for MetaTrader 4 and not for MetaTrader 5. And it really doesn't matter, but if you are using many EAs like 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, it's way easier if you just right click on expert advisors and press on refresh. It will compile all EAs. But if you are using MetaTrader 5, then you have to go through all of them and compile them from the meta editor. This is why when I use many EIs in one account in one MetaTrader, I prefer to use MetaTrader 4 instead of MetaTrader 5. And as well, if you want to save your expert advisor anywhere on your computer, you can click on Save as Expert Advisor and select the path where you want to save it. You can save the MT4 version or the MT5 version. Now, once the EA is compiled on MetaTrader, you can place it easily on the chart. I have picked here randomly a strategy for the dollar yen. So look for dollar yen on the market watch and I will right click and select chart window. I'll press M5 time frame because this strategy is designed for the M5 time frame. And if I drag and drop the EA over the chart, I will see the inputs with the lot sizes, the indicator, parameters, and everything in the strategy. If I hit on OK, the expert advisor will be attached on the chart and we will see the smiley face in the right upper hand corner, which shows the EA is attached. So while I was showing you how to export quickly a robot to MT4 and attach it over the chart, the generator should be ready. And you can see that I have a strategy with a pretty decent performance, and totally we had 570 strategies that were calculated. We have collected 10 and 2 were shown in the repository. So if I click on that icon that says repository, I will see the strategies that were generated. I can switch through them, see the indicator parameters and select the strategy that I want to trade with. And let's say that I like the second strategy the most. I can double click on it. It will open the editor for that strategy. And if I decide, I can export it and it will go in the MetaTrader experts folder. If I go to MetaTrader again and I hit right mouse on expert advisors and press refresh, it will compile and I will see the strategy right over here. I can attach it on euro dollar for the M15 time frame just by drag and drop or double click, and the strategy will be attached on the chart and it will start trading. So it is that easy to generate strategies with FSB Pro, export them automatically and place them on the charts for trading with a few clicks. But I will get into more details about the whole process in the next videos.